You have all these educators in the same town within a 15-minute drive of one another, and for them to be working independently to try to do their jobs just doesn't make any sense. It's important to the College of Ed because we want to do the very best job we can in providing our students with the kind of experiences and information they need to be cutting-edge, powerful teachers. We can't do that without partnerships with schools. And the schools need our partnership because we bring a whole new perspective to them, the things that perhaps that they haven't thought about. So the partnership can help them do a better job with their students, and it can help their learning. So it's important because as professionals, as educators, we all get better by working with one another, and heavens knows teaching is complex enough that we all need to get better.
I think there are a couple of major components. One is that we have Dr. Lou Allen, who was initially called our PDS liaison. This year he's going to be called a professor in residence, and he is indeed in residence. He's here with us every day. Part of his job is to supervise student teachers, but then aside from that, he is a part for us of our administrative and instructional team. He meets with our assistant principal, he meets with our instructional coach and with me weekly to look at what we're doing for the week, what is our instructional focus. He provides us then with direction. He uses his expertise and also the connections that he has with other experts at the university to provide us with support in areas where we feel we need to focus instructionally with our teachers to thereby improve what's happening with student achievement. He supervises those student teachers. He helps to provide professional learning for our teachers or to find other professors at the university who can come in and provide that professional learning. And finally, he coordinates all of the volunteers that we have, sometimes 60 or 70 students who come from the university as volunteers. He helps to coordinate that and to place them with teachers who could use that additional assistance.
Two of my best friends were also working at this school, and I felt so fortunate because we were able to talk all the time about our experiences and what we were learning, what we loved in our mentor experience, what we would change. It was every week we met, the group of us that were here, and we would talk with Lou, who was fantastic having him here all the time because if we ever had any questions, we could always go to him. And I mean, I felt like I got so much more rather than girls that just had two of them at a school, because I had people who were in the same position as me, and we could talk and discuss what we learned in class in comparison to what we were seeing in the schools and things like that.
Our initial conversations began with Dr. Andy Horn and members of the College of Education. We began that process the first semester that I was here to begin to have a dialogue about our relationship. And the first start about that was, what are we doing now, and could we begin to identify those kinds of working relationships that are making a difference for kids, are making a difference for the university, and trying to put that down on paper. And we soon found after about 3 or 4 months that there were many of those, and that we probably ought to take a different tact. And the different tact was, let's begin to forge an umbrella relationship that we think is going to make a difference. I call it bidirectional. It's going to make a difference for our teachers and our kids, at the same time make a difference for the university and teacher preparation. So those conversations began to change after that first year, and talking about how can we forge this relationship. And of course we had a model in a professional development school in J.J. Harris that came out of a One Athens, out of a movement to improve student performance. So we already had a mini working model. And use that really as a springboard to get into something larger. And it really first started was, how can we do this to a number of other schools and grow in that way? But as we got into our conversations, we felt that we could do more.
Their students volunteer with our after school, they volunteer with our enrichment clusters, which is a part of our school-wide enrichment model. Students help out when we have science night, math night. So the involvement of university students and faculty is very different in this model than you would see in just a traditional student-teacher relationship with a public school.
At Harris, we have all kinds of collaborators. We have student teachers, we have Block 3 students who come in Thursdays and Fridays. We have ESOL and EIP support, and then whatever support that we don't have, we just go to Dr. Allen, and he can pull us volunteers and from UGA, and they get in there and really help us. And it's been a huge success. I've had a student teacher every semester since I've started here, and a Block 3 every semester since I've been here. So I haven't been in my classroom at all by myself except for the first 2 weeks of school when they haven't started back yet. And then once they come in, it's smooth sailing. And even being in pre-planning, my student teacher is here today helping me in the classroom and helping me set up, and we already have a relationship established. So I just feel like the kids benefit from smaller groups as well, and just having so many UGA people as well as our collaborators in the classroom.
This model is built on sustainability. This model is built on changing how we do business that's going to last for a long time. This is not a grant that's going to go away next year, but we're building systems capacity in both of our organizations to meet this new challenge, which is accountability and ensuring our kids get it.
I think what we have here is new, it's different, but it's really the way it probably should have been from the beginning. And I think that we're doing a great job as a university and as a school district to develop mutually beneficial relationships. And I think that it is a model for our state and for our country on how public schools and university systems can work together to benefit students from kindergarten through graduate school.